Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Regular viewers will know I review many photographic, audio and video related products. Well, today, as it's the festive season, I thought I would take a look back at some of the equipment I've bought in 2018 and let you know what I really like, some of the pieces of kit that I've absolutely love using and I get a lot of pleasure out of using. On my channel, everything you see on there is the equipment and accessories and bits and bobs that I've actually purchased. I've not been sent them by manufacturers, I've not been given them, I've physically paid for everything. So what you're seeing today is what I own. And without further ado, no order whatsoever, let's go through some of the pieces of kit that I absolutely love. And we'll start with, let's start with one of the cameras that I purchased, which was the Fujifilm X-H1. And this one here is my X-H1. I purchased it with battery grip, and I done that purely because it adds additional boost to it. It enables you to do 30 minutes of recording in 4K as opposed to 15 minutes, and that's the main advantage really. And it's got a headphone jack on the side. On the actual battery grip, there's a headphone jack just on the side there. 2 SD card slots, etc, etc. I've done a review on this camera and I'm loving using it. And what I love about it is various things I love about it. I generally use it without the battery grip, unless I'm doing filming, then I would put the battery grip on. But generally use it like that. But what I really love about this camera more than anything else is the grip. The grip is wonderful. It's a really nice grip. It reminds me actually of the Olympus OMD EM1 Mark II that I owned. I've sold that because that had a really wonderful grip. But this I can walk around all day long with, and it's tremendous. You know, tilty-wilty screen. It's a 24 megapixel sensor, which is completely fine. I've got some marvelous images, superb images from it to be fair. I do like the additional display on the top. I thought at first that might be a gimmick, but I actually really like that. And it's always on, which is another thing. I thought it would run the battery down, but it doesn't. It is, you know, it's really good. You can change the colour of the display to white or dark, which is really clever. I don't know if that is visible. But anyway, my favourite, pretty much my favourite stills camera, near enough. I've got another 2 actually, but it's one of my favourite stills cameras. And another thing I love about the X-H1, it's got image stabilisation built into the body of the camera. Because some of the Fuji lenses have only got it, haven't got image stabilisation. Although most of, for example, this one hasn't. This is the 60mm macro lens. So having it in the body means I can go right down to sort of 1/15 of a second, 1/8 of a second with some lenses and get really sharp images. So anyway, that's for Fujifilm X-H1. Love it to bits, really enjoy using it. While we're on the subject of cameras, let's put that down there. I'll go over to this one. Hey, the Fujifilm X-T3. Now this is winning many awards all over the internet. Loads of reviewers are rating this as the camera of the year, and I completely concur with that because it is awesome. Not only is it a great stills camera, a 26 megapixel sensor, it's the most amazing video camera and I love using it. And it's got, not what you can see clearly with my Atomos recorder on the top, but it's got the traditional sort of film control. So you've got your ISO, shutter speed dial, exposure compensation, and then your aperture ring is around the lens. Makes for the most amazing use. You know, you can use it beautifully. It's just tactile. It's just wonderful. It's wonderful, and the results are absolutely outstanding. I'm feeding now onto my next product. I'm feeding the HDMI signal out of here into my Atomos Ninja 5. That's the Atomos Ninja 5. I don't know how clearly you can see that, but anyway, that is the Atomos Ninja 5. This camera is recording the image, not that it's recording much there, but and it's got all the monitoring features, all the monitoring functions you would want on a monitor recorder. And I've actually done a review on this. It's 5 inches, so it's really compact. The battery lasts ages on it. I've got fattish battery on there, it's not that fat, but a fattish battery. Analog audio inputs, as well as obviously the audio coming in through the HDMI. And you can set the screen up to do, many different things. I mean, that's showing you it's got waveform, that's got the waveform on it. All sorts. Waveform focus assist features, etc, etc. You can see the red square around it, that's showing it's actually recording. It's recording a ProRes image, or ProRes 422 image. You can see there, that's the image coming off it. I've actually got fitted my Fuji 10-24 lenses fitted to it at the moment. And, it is a wonderful piece of kit. Also, what makes this a wonderful piece of kit is so compact. I've got the Atomos Shogun, which is a much bigger unit. That's a 7-inch unit. This, when you're going out and about, like just coming home with it, so much more compact. It's brilliant, absolutely super. So that's another one of my favourite pieces of kit, is the Atomos Ninja 5. I leave that recording there. I've got a cat being a right pain in the butt. So that's the Atomos Ninja 5. Absolutely delighted with that. Let me put that there. Actually, I can, if I turn that around, like so, and put it on like that, I can then put it there, can't I? And see what it's doing. We've got an accessory that I purchased for me, Sony RX100 Mark V. Now, this is kind of a little tripod for the RX100. It works with the RX10 as well, but it's got a USB out from this little grip. And that USB out actually, that's typical, I haven't got, we have. Right, that USB out goes into the camera, and it actually works the focus, the zoom, and the use it to take photographs with and videos. So if you can see here, I don't know if you can see there, that's zooming the lens, and then you hit the record button, and then you can see it starting recording. So that is great. If I'm out and about, I can be out like this, and you can be doing vlogging much more comfortably with this little handle, and then you can just start your recording, and jobs are good un. Because the autofocus on the RX100 V is outstanding, and it's a great camera. I would have added the RX100 V to my list, but I think I actually purchased this in 2017. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think I got it this year. Might have done. If I did get it this year, then this would definitely be added to the list of one of my favourite cameras. Yeah, this little grip is great. So you can adjust the zoom, obviously take photographs with it if you're in photo mode. I'm not, as you can see, the error message has come up. And also acts as a little tripod when you're not out and about with it and you want it stood on the table, because you can adjust, obviously, all the parameters of it. So that's the RX100 V and the, well, not the RX100 V necessarily, the little grip. I've done a review on the grip separately, so you'll be able to see that review. So that's that one. And then two more things that I've got that I adore. I purchased this little camera here, the Panasonic LX15. Now, the LX15 is a 1-inch sensor camera, 24 to 70 zoom range, which is very similar to the Sony RX100 V. Tilty-wilty screen, as you can see there. Again, very similar to the RX100 V. But the two things that I love about this camera, over and above the RX100 V, is when you're in 4K, it doesn't overheat, and that frustrates the hell out of me with that one, is the overheating when you're shooting in 4K. But there, we can see it better on that screen, can't we? So you can see the tilty-wilty screen, really handy, nice little camera, really nifty piece of kit this. That's really overexposed. Don't know why that is, but hey ho. So, what I also love about it, which the RX100V hasn't got, is the touch screen. So you can actually touch to focus. You can see that there. Touch to focus. Not that it's got anything to focus on, but there we go. Touch to focus. And the touchscreen, you can do so many other things with it as well. Nice and compact, superbly made, and it's an f1.4 lens. It's f1.4 through to f2.8, I think. So in telephoto, it goes down as wide as f2.8, I believe. But with a nice aperture ring around the lens, you can see, maybe you can see, maybe you can't see, but you can turn the aperture. Oh, let's get in the right position. You can turn the aperture ring around the lens there, which is awesome. That is really, really awesome. So another little compact camera. What I use these little compact cameras for is, again, when I'm out and about, if I want to do any vlogging, which I don't really do much in the way of vlogging, I'm not a big vlogger, but it has got the tilty-walty screen, exactly the same as the RX100V, but it doesn't overheat, as I said earlier, where the RX100V does. When I use the 5, I tend to put it in HD as opposed to 4K, because the HD footage off this is still extremely good and you know, very usable. So I tend to use it in HD and not 4K. But that's another, you know, wonderful piece of kit. And I guess one of the last pieces of kit that I bought for me photography wasn't actually a camera or a camera accessory in the strictest sense of the term. It was this, with me dangly bit. It was the, or is the Microsoft Surface Go, which is a great little camcorder, little computer. That's better, you can see it there. What is that? There we go. Yeah, the Microsoft Surface Go. It's a great, come on, log me in. 4. So, yeah, great little laptop. It's 8 gig of RAM, 128 gig hard drive, quite a powerful processor. But what I got this for was, when I'm going out and about, I can either take it without its keyboard and use it as a tablet, because obviously it works just like a tablet does, and it's very responsive. I'm not a big fan of Windows 10. I'm a Mac person, you can see here with me MacBook Pro, but it actually does do the job nicely, it's swift. But the big advantage with this, I have got an iPad when I'm out and about, but the iPad, you can't view images on. It's a right pain in the butt. You have to download the images to the iPad to view them. And when you're out and about, you don't want to be mucking around with that. But with this device, annoyingly, they haven't put an SD card reader on it, but that seems to be the way forward. So you have to put an adapter in. Now, I've got a much smaller adapter than this in my camera bag, but you plug your adapter in, you take your SD card out from whatever camera you're using, obviously. Now, I shoot RAW and JPEGs. Now, the reason why I do that is because I can view the JPEG images much quicker when I'm out and about than I can RAW images. So you literally just, a bit awkward to do sat here, but I shall try and demonstrate. So you put your, get it in round the right way, put your SD card in, like so, and as you can see here, it's recognised it. Get rid of that. And then all you need to do, it's really quick and easy, go into the SD card. I usually go onto this PC, click on Lexa card, which I think is that one, DCIM, do that, and that brings up the folder. I don't think anyone saw that, did they? That brings up the folder of images, and then all you do, click on one of them, You can make that bigger, like so, and then you can just spin through them, like so, and it's great. Obviously being raw images, quite large images, it takes a second or two just for it to load, skips the raws, and it just plays with JPEGs. You're not seeing that terribly well at all, are you? How's that? Spin through them. And I can check the focus, check the sharpness, zoom in, zoom out, and all the rest of it, you know. So, yeah, lovely piece of kit that. And it is, you know, user-friendly. It's quite snappy. I use it at the office for checking files. It is the standard Windows 10, so it's not, you know, there's no issues with it. And if you've got the keyboard with it, which is what I did, I bought the keyboard, cost more, but I purchased the keyboard with it. That clips on like that, and you have a really nice compact piece of kit. And what makes it even better is in my I'm not am I tangled up yet? I use the Billingham Hadley Small camera bag, amongst other bags, but the wonderful thing with this bag, and then with bigger bags, this is compact enough just to slot straight in there. Something's gone on the floor, don't know what. Stuff out my bag. And there you have it. And of course this camera bag will hold two. This is another great purchase. What about this as well? Yeah, another great purchase this year was this bag and my smaller Hadley Digital, or Billingham Digital. So, you know, great little camera bag, 2 camera bodies, and my Microsoft Surface Go slots in there. Oh, battery life on this is so good as well. You know, really pleased with battery life on that. So, so that slots in there. And that's about it. So there's a quick roundup then of some of my favourite pieces of kit that I've bought this year. But as I say, by far, what I love using is the Fujifilm X-T3, which is that one, the Fujifilm X-H1, and the Atomos Ninja 5. Brilliant piece of kit, that Ninja 5. And yeah, and this, as I say, this little Panasonic stays in my jacket pocket. It goes with me everywhere, that. So I've always got a pretty decent camera with me. Sometimes I'll put the little Sony in my jacket pocket. Depends, you know. Depends on what takes me fancy, but yeah, there we go. So that's a festive roundup of some of the kit that I've bought in 2018. Let's see in 12 months' time whether I'm still using Fuji. I suspect I will, to be honest. I'm really enjoying the experience with these Fuji cameras. I'm having a lot of fun with them and I really enjoy them. And they are producing the most amazing results. So there we go. Thanks very much for watching this video. I do hope you found it useful and enjoyable. If you do enjoy this channel, please subscribe if you haven't already done so, and tell all your friends. And keep your eyes tuned for the next video. And thanks very much for watching. Cheers for now. Bye.